What's up guys, David here and welcome to the Fit Pro Daily. This week is all about setting massive goals for yourselves and then helping you make sure that you smash those goals. And we started off yesterday with Ben coming on to share his experience in starting and then building and then growing to these goals that he'd set himself in his fitness business, in his Awakened Man business and everything else in life. So you want to go back and check that interview out, definitely go back and check out yesterday's guest interview. Today though, we've got 5 things coming your way to really help you smash these goals, to make sure you can set massive goals that are realistic, that you will one day be able to achieve, but not too easy that you kind of almost forget about it and you just want to move on. But before I do dive into these 5, I'd also love you to come and join us inside our free group on Facebook. Simply head over to FitPro Lead Gen with Dave on Facebook, join the group, and in there you'll get access to even more guest interviews, downloads, guides, insights, tips, and just so much more going on. Simply head over to Facebook and again search FitPro Lead Gen with Dave. Anyway, let's dive into these 5 tips. Okay, let's get started. Now, starting off with the first thing, and before you actually do dive into starting these goals, really pushing the boundaries to what it is you want to achieve, you need to consider 3 things. And this is the 3 things you need for number 1. You have to love what it is you want to achieve, okay? If you're not really in love with achieving this massive goal, then you're really going to struggle. And again, it's got to be a desire thing as well, okay? Love and desire, similar type of things, but you have to really want to do it. And this then brings us into the 3rd thing, and again, it's almost all-encompassing, is passionate. You have to be passionate, okay? You wake up in the morning excited. You go into bed at night excited. When the hard days come, you're still motivated and passionate and in love, and you've still got the desire to keep moving forwards, okay? So 3 words kind of all mean the same thing, but number 1, make sure you're really driven, you're really passionate, you've got the desire, you're really in love with this idea, because when those hard days come, and trust me, they will come, then you will struggle and fade off. So if you're not passionate, if you're not love, if you haven't got the desire, then make sure you find that to really make sure you hit those goals. Okay, number 2. And number 2 is all about having review points. It could be every quarter, it could be once a month, it could be every 6 months, depending on how big this goal or this target is. If your target, let's say like us, was to open a second studio, we give ourselves 1 year to be able to do that. So we locate the studio. That only takes 2 or 3 months. So when we come to our quarterly review, we can tick it off because we've already found a studio. We then had to wait a couple of months then, and we move in January to be able to move in. So when the next quarter comes towards the end of this year, we can take it off to say equipment ordered, place is more or less ready, we just need to hire staff. And then when the end of the year comes, start of quarter 1 for next year, end of quarter this year, we can say staff all booked, new clients on their way in, studio ready to open on the 1st of January. So these are all the things you need to consider in step 2, okay? Make sure you set regular review points, because the last thing you want to do is have this goal. You've got it all planned out, you know exactly what you do, you're really driven, you've got the desire, you've got the love for it, but then you start wandering off course. You're coming away from what it is you want to do because you've been hearing other things or somebody's pulling you in a different direction. So have review points to make sure you're always on track. Okay, number 3. Now, number 3 is an important one for a slightly different reason, because this goal is going to be long term, okay? It's going to be something that we're going to be working on for a long time. And we've always got these markers, like we said, review points, to keep making sure we're on track. But the desire, the love, the passion we talked about in step 1 sometimes needs to be rekindled. It needs to be sparked back into life. So number 3 is make sure you have time off. Maybe you go away on holiday for a weekend. Maybe you go away for a week. You turn your phone off. You turn your laptop off. You almost have nothing to do with work. You let your mind just completely relax. Because when you get back to work, once you manage to refocus, you're going to be even more passionate. You're going to have even more desire. You're going to even more drive to want to push forwards and really crack on with this major goal, this major thing that you want to do. So number 3, make sure you have time off in stages to really re-energize and refocus the mind. Okay, let's look at number 4. So when we looked at review points earlier, every quarter, every 6 months, whatever it is, when you're setting these goals out as well, or this major target, you need to set marks, like benchmarks that you want to hit, so you can reward yourselves when you're getting there. So if your target is, I want to build my studio up to 300 clients, and you think, you know what, this is going to take a year and a half to get up to 300 clients, then every time you get to 100, reward yourself. So when you go from 0 to 100, reward yourself. When you go from 100 to 200, reward yourself. Because again, it's all about giving you that excitement, re-motivating, getting you back on track. So like we talked about, having time off will re-motivate you, will get you excited. When you get to a certain benchmark or a certain level, reward yourself. Buy something nice. Go somewhere. Go and do something, okay, that again will motivate you, build something inside to make you want to drive forward and hit that next mark. So number 4, set benchmarks, set milestones, and when you get there, reward yourself. Okay, step number 5. Now, number 5 is an important one for a slightly different reason, because you know what it is you want to achieve. You've set these markers, you've set these review points, you know where you're going to have time off, you know when you're going to reward yourself and so on. But for number 5, I want you to consider hiring a coach or someone to hold you accountable. Because we've set such a big target, let's say it is 300 clients, and it's going to take a year and a half, things can pop up all the time. Or you might get to a sticking point. Let's say you get to 150 clients, and then you're just stuck. How do I progress to 300? How do I double my clients? For us, finding a studio, we looked online. We went to all these directories and all these estate agents, and we typed and we searched and we did everything. But it wasn't until we went to someone to look for it for us that's what changed it all. We found somebody who went out there and just found this unit for us. So go and get help, hire a coach, find someone to hold you accountable to make sure you keep moving forward, or someone to really give you the insight, the steps, the guide to getting it is to where it is you want to get to. Okay, so those were the 5 things I think you should really consider when you're setting out these massive targets for you to be able to move forward and achieve these amazing goals. Now, if you're looking at number 5, where we talked about getting help, getting support, getting someone to coach you, then I'd love you to come and join us on our 12-week FitPro Portal Ultra coaching program. We're going to help you build the foundations to growing a 10K fitness business every month, and then stay there month on month on month. Explain the numbers and what it is you need to do to get to 10K. We're going to show you what type of offers are going to work best, or help you create that right offer that works for you. Help you build an ecosystem so you have leads coming into your fitness business every single day. We're also then going to look at how to chase down these leads, how to sell to these leads, and then how to keep on moving and growing your fitness business forward. So if you want to know more, simply head over to thefitproportal.com, and I'm also going to leave it there for today. I'll speak to you all tomorrow. Cheers.